your anger and your lust for power, you have allowed this Dark Lord to twist your mind.
Don't lecture me. I see through the lie.
I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire.
Your new empire? I have failed you. I have failed you. Don't try it.
You underestimate my power.
I will do what I must.
Right! Hang on! I need a pit stop. Substitution! Okay. Ooh, okay. Proceed with the Enlightenment. The sunglasses are staying on because I'm about to enlighten your entire future. The beacons have been lit. We've just had the epic duel between Horus and the Emperor of Mankind. And there is a law change that is going to blow off your foil socks. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. Now, before you call me insane, mad, cracked, the foil hasn't overtaken me yet. But before we go down this wet, wondrous hole, I have to inform you that this video is going to contain a huge spoiler from the End and the Death Part 3. If you haven't read it, if you don't want to be spoiled, leave now or your mind will be forever ruined. Now, of course, during the End and the Death Part 3, we get the epic climax. We get the battle between the Emperor of Mankind and Horus Lupercal. This is a video within itself. The clash, the epic smashing down, back and forth, lightning beams, throats being impaled, lungs being ripped apart, skulls being smashed, blood, guts everywhere. It was a duel of duel, but it's all about the ending. It's all about the final words, the final stroke, the final trick by the Emperor on Horus himself. Because those of you who have read it, you know the Emperor is easily beaten. This is because Horus is filled with so much power. The Emperor cannot win. So the only way he can have a chance at beating Horus is to trick Horus, and he does that through an image of Loken, one of his most favorite sons. And through this image of Loken, he says, Horus, you have beaten the Emperor, right? Now, get rid of the powers. Be the Horus that we all knew and conquer this galaxy as Horus, not Horus the despoiler or Horus the bad guy, right? And Horus is like, do you know what? Loken is right, but it's not really Loken. It's the Emperor. It's the Emperor's psychic trickery, okay? So he gives up his powers, and this is where the Emperor comes into play, because the Emperor then unleashes a beam of light similar to like the Astronomicon that hits Horus and starts destroying him. It's literally making him into a cheese toaster, and the Chaos Gods seeing this start to panic. Horus starts to panic. He is weak. He's about to die. They're trying to give the powers back to Horus. Take it, take it, take it, they're saying. And Horus, in this moment of clarity, sees what he's become. And he says to the Emperor, you know, it's time for me to die. Please end it, Father, before they give me back my powers. And this, brothers and sisters of the Imperium, is where everything now changes. Because the Emperor takes his knife, he looks down at Horus, and he says a simple line which is going to change everything. And that line is, I wait for you and I forgive you. And with that, he drives the knife into Horus's heart, killing the War Master, killing Horus, killing the plans of chaos. Now, for people who are thinking, what the hell is going on? Doesn't the Emperor kill Horus? Yes, that was always the law. The Emperor killed Horus. But what we heard through the propaganda channels, through the old lore itself, through the decades and decades of just people and fandom, is that Horus's soul was completely destroyed, blasted to bits to never return. But all this has changed now. The Emperor never did that. He just stabbed Horus with the Black Blade, and then that was it. There was no soul being destroyed. You can argue like the Black Blade maybe killed the soul itself, but no, I think the line, you know, I forgive you and I will wait for you, is setting up something much, much bigger now. It starts adding circles within circles, different planes that maybe Horus is going to go to. The Emperor is going to be there waiting. Maybe this is going to match in with the King in Yellow itself. There's so much that can be built now of this one line. It's changed everything. The Emperor's forgiveness. What's next for Horus? Well, technically, we kind of know what is next for Horus in terms of the chaos shenanigans. We know Fabius Bile did make a clone, but that's a whole different subject because are clones really human? I'm not going to go down that road on this video. I'm more or less just going to look at Horus, his spirit, his essence, the Emperor's essence, melding together and coming back in some type of way. Now, I just ask you to just to lend me your ears just for a few more minutes, because everything that is happening so far is building up to something. The foil is telling me it's building up to something. You've got Valdor seeing Abaddon's 10,000 years of being a despoiler, right? And he leaves into doing something. The King in Yellow, apparently, right? Stuff like that. We have the Emperor's emotions being put in like a little glass jar and being shot like a rocket into space, and the word Star Child uttered. That's a huge big thing as well. And now we have this change with I will forgive you and I will wait for you. I think this is adding to the proof that I've been saying all along. Like, Games Workshop, in some type of way, are gonna try and bring back every single bloody Primarch. Now, I know a lot of people will hate hearing that, but these are the foundations that are being built on now so they can bring them back. I'm not saying they are going to bring them back, but the foundations are being set for them to build the buildings, for the Primarchs to stand once again in the current 40k narrative. And this is not even getting into all the pandemonium stuff. Foe is still alive, and he possesses the greatest weapon that the Imperium will ever know. His mind, because he knows how to kill all the Space Marines, all the Primarchs, every genetic makeup of every human a part of the Imperium. And he's potentially still out there doing things. The pandemonium stuff is a whole different kettle of fish, right? Dan, the dots, the slowly connecting. We should be seeing all this stuff very, very soon. It makes sense. It might not make sense, but it does make sense to make sense that's not making sense. Does that make sense? It really does, right? Trust in the foil. That's all you have to know about this video. Everything is changing. Everything that was changed is changed, will change. The changes are coming. Wait, is this a chaos video? Who knows? Right, see you in a bit. Enjoy the foil. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good one. And bye-bye. And remember, trust always in the foil. For the foil is life. The foil is life.